Hi guys, I want to talk about suicide because in the United States is Suicide Awareness Month. Suicide is a very difficult topic to talk about because of its darkness. It scares people. People don't want to hear about it if they're not affected, and even if they're affected, they want to hush it. They want to repress it, and repression is the worst thing that humans do, because anything that is repressed will come up, will explode. It will get worse. It grows. It doesn't go away. Um, I had tried suicide 3 times. The last time I did, that's when I ended up in a psychiatric ward. And that's the last time that I tried it. It was a moment of darkness. My mom had died at that time. And the guilt trip, the sadness, the relationship that could have been and wasn't, because I didn't grow up in a functional family. I grew up in a very dysfunctional and abusive family. And when you're afraid and you get older, you're full of anger. And unless you deal with that anger, it comes out and it distances you from the same people that hurt you. And sometimes it is sane to get away from them for your own mental health, because mental health is the best gift that you can have. That's something that even if you're broke, if you're poor, if you have lost a relationship, if you're content, if you have that peace of mind, it's better than having a house, 3 doors, 3 cars. It's better than all of that. It's better than all the money in the world, because there's people that have lots of money and yet you know it still ended up taking their life, because it comes from in here. It comes from in here. It's in here. We're thinking about it all the time. It's a darkness. It comes to the depression too. So the best thing to do is to go to a psychiatrist. The best thing to do is to get help from a psychologist, someone that can actually provide you the necessary help. Friends can do it, and you shouldn't put that upon them. Family members cannot do it either. Even if there's psychologists or psychiatrists themselves, they will have to refer you to someone else. But that's taking care of yourself. Feeling down is not wrong, but letting it stay there. You know, I hear people, and I see them on TikTok, and I see them on Instagram, and they're like, "Oh, of course I slept all day. I'm depressed, bitch." Okay, you know that you're depressed, but if you know it, that's the first step. Then go and seek help. Don't romanticize it. Don't. A lot of times suicide also happens because of this romanticization that, you're going to know what happens afterwards. That once you're gone, people are going to be suffering, and they're going to miss you, and they're going to know, oh, look, if I should have treated that person better. I should have done what they wanted. I should have taken care of them. And it doesn't happen that way. I mean, I know people that have committed suicide, and the people around them, the people who hurt them, they kept living. They kept having their own life and, enjoying themselves. It's you that are gone. It's you that's going to be missing. Your loved ones are going to miss you. Your loved ones are going to be hurt. But they too will move on. They too will carry on. Because that's life. That's what life does. Life carries you on. Even when you feel that you're going down and that pain is taking you, life lifts you and carries you out. But you have to seek help. You have to call the suicide line. Call the suicide prevention line. I'm going to put it on the link right now. Call them. Seek out a psychologist. There are a lot of psychologists and a lot of psychiatrists that get paid with a flat rate for people who have financial needs. So they can work with you. But that's who you need to seek help with. Someone, a professional, someone that knows how to deal with what you're feeling and what you're thinking, with your thought process. Again, I totally understand. I've been there. I know that it's awful because you can't escape it. It's inside of you. It's in your head, and you think there's no way out. You know, like the last time when I tried it, that's how I felt. I felt that I had no way out. That was not worth living. My mom was gone. I was never able to solve that relationship, to save it. Like if it was upon me, I didn't. At that moment, even though intellectually I understood that our relationship was a two-way, my emotions were not there. My thinking was, it's my fault. Why didn't I do better? Why wasn't I a good girl? Why wasn't I a good daughter? And I tried to take my life. I ended up in the psychiatric ward. I was in therapy with other people, and I heard their stories. Some were similar to mine, some were very different. Some people did not come from dysfunctional family. That's why suicide is so complex. Depression is so complex because it doesn't matter your background or your class status or your race. It's in your head, and you cannot escape it. And the only way you can escape it is by confronting it and working through it. A lot of philosophies out there, a lot of self-help books. Yes, you can add them. Religion, if that works for you, then that's fine, go ahead. But also look for the professional ones. The one that can actually give you either the medication that you need or can give you the time and the day. And they're better than friends, because a psychologist is bound to keep your secrets. They can't go and tell someone else. I know that you have friends and you think your friends will hold you down and keep your secrets, but you never know. People are a psychiatrist, a psychologist cannot do it because they're bound by law to keep anything you tell them, unless you're talking about killing someone, are you hurting someone, a kid, a child, or you're going to commit suicide. That's the only things that they're, by law, they're bound to report. But anything else, and a lot of times, again, we go into this war hole, we go down the drain, and things are not the way we're thinking they are, because things are not the way we think they are. Things, the way we see them is the way we are. So if we want to change the things around us, we have to change ourselves. And part of changing yourself, part of self-help, it's going to a professional and talking to them, okay? Because your life is worth it. Forget about your mother, forget about your father, forget about everyone else. It's you. You count. You have a right to be here. You deserve to be here. So take care of yourself and reach out to someone if they need you. If you see someone also who's down and needs some help, reach out, because a kind word goes very far. Thank you and have a safe day. Bye.